Hello, beautiful people. I am Brianna Harris,
I'm Amber Nicole.
and today we're going to be talking about all things African holistic health. We together are rooted in flow, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about like how we got into holistic health, what are our practices, and what are we still struggling with. So I'll start with you, Amber. With African holistic health, what do you currently do in the practice?
Currently, the ways that I practice would be, spiritually, every day with my meditation, different spiritual tools and that nature, herbalism. I feel like that was my first connection into African holistic health was herbalism, learning more about plants, learning how to take care of myself, learning about that connection between, myself, my ancestors, and also using that knowledge to help others as well.
That's awesome. For me personally, how I even got into this realm is through yoga. I started off with liking crystals, and then I slowly, my sister convinced me to do yoga with her one day, and I fell in love with it. And after a while, I kind of took it farther than she did, and I got certified. So that was like my intro into it, and I slowly started to get into different aspects of African holistic health, like herbalism, crystal healing, sound healing, obviously yoga, and also just diet and nutrition, being vegan for the past 6 years. So for me, I feel like it slowly each year, each quarter, I'm like learning something new and incorporating that. And now that I'm in this stage of learning specifically African holistic health, I've noticed that, wow, all these years I've slowly learned each aspect of African holistic health, and it's all tying together.
Yes, everything's being connected. I feel like crystals is like a lot of people's like first gateway
It's a
into, I
gateway
guess, just like
drug.
into like energy work itself, and energetics. Cause same, like I think about it, like I've got gifted some crystals, and I just wanted to know more and more and more about like the different energetics of these crystals and different things, and getting into like crystal energy healing and meditation and just energetics itself, like how the exchange of energy between me and the world, like how that also, I don't know, can disrupt my flow. What are ways that I can get back into flow with all these different tools? So I just wanted to like pick up everything, and it's fun to explore, but it all does like full circle come back around to them all being like tools.
Yeah, tools in our toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're in the space where we're continuing our learning, and now we're teaching others and like
Yes.
trying to help others. So, what do you feel like you struggle with?
I feel like I struggle with, I guess, consistency really. I struggle with staying consistent with certain things, or I get to a place where I'm like, okay, I'm good, I'm good. And then I just start going out into the world and I start dropping all my tools on the floor. And then I'm like feeling like I'm naked and I'm without. And then I start to feel, overwhelmed and burnt out, and not realizing that starts with what's happening inside of me. And I always have to go back to that place and start there. So just like being consistent with my practice is something that I know when I am consistent with my practice, I can just continue to grow and continue to just like be the beautiful human being that I was put here to be and share my gifts with others. So I want to make sure that I'm walking the walk and talking the talk.
You know what? I think that's everybody's biggest struggle, because I mean, don't we all fall off here and there? Because I know I do. I mean, I just, me personally, I mean, I'm gonna say that that's one of the things that I struggle with, is consistency as well. I recently, like realized that the only time I'm really doing yoga is when I'm doing it for the gram or teaching a class, or when's the last time I sat down with myself and actually meditated, and and then I find myself in these little ruts where the depression and anxiety kicks in, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? And then I have all the tools in my toolbox and I know what to do to get out of it, and then when I get out of it, and I was like, oh, it's because I stopped doing my practice. And I'm all like, all right, at least we recognize. Once I recognize it, I can get myself out of that rut. I mean, currently right now, I'm trying to get back in the practice of meditating daily. And I think everybody kind of struggles with just quieting their minds. And that I've noticed has been a struggle of mine, is just to quiet my mind and find time for myself. And so I am personally on a 30-day challenge, but at the same time, it's going to be a continuous challenge for me. I'm going to try and make this stick. But I just want to, every day I go out, I make myself a cup of tea, I go in my backyard, and I just put my feet in the grass or dirt or wherever I'm sitting in my backyard, and I just get some sunlight and meditate for a few minutes. And I've noticed that consistently for the last few weeks that I've been doing that, I've been feeling like a lot better, and it's just like aligning myself back to me. And like I'm slowly figuring out, okay, this is what I want, this is what I need, and I'm getting more clarity, and I'm actually moving with more intention.
Yeah, I think what started to happen is like as I got very excited about all these things that I was learning, and my intuition was strengthened, and I wanted to go out and just spread this around and help as many people as I could. But then I forgot that I also am a student. I also need that help, that guidance. So something that I am learning more too is to also ask for help, to also receive, to also be in a place to receive. So I'm in my season of receiving and opening up to that and asking for help, like as teachers, as practitioners, we're always, out here giving in ways that it's not a bad thing, and it's not saying that you don't know what you're doing or you don't know what you're talking about for you to ask for help from your peers. Yeah. Like literally, I booked a Reiki session with somebody I know next week because I'm like, I need that energy healing for myself, and I do practice Reiki on myself, and that's something I'm getting back into that practice. You're saying meditation, I was like, I'm gonna do energy, some form of energy work every day to strengthen that intuition, because I was just getting really like monkey mind. Yeah.
I mean, that's true with the whole like receiving end of things, especially as practitioners. I mean, I know personally how you and I have showed up a couple times to events that we were putting on, and we were both just like so energetically tired, and we're all like, we can do this. And we're like, can we though?
We got this.
And when you think as practitioners and we're holding space for other people, and we're holding, like, just trying to get people in a good energetic state, like you have to be there yourself. And what is this person yelling so loud? But it's sometimes it can be frustrating as a practitioner to be like, damn, why am I not where I want to be? Why am I not energetically able to give? And it's like, because when's the last time you received?
Yeah, and then you start to get into that imposter syndrome, like, do I have stuff to share? Should I be out here sharing these things? But it's like, everyone has a story to share that will help somebody out there. Like somebody is looking for your story, looking for your gifts, for your talents, or things that you have to share with them to help them grow. I feel like that's kind of like the only way that we do grow as human beings in society, is like with help from one another.
Exactly. And that's why let's talk about gratefulness.
Yes.
I'm grateful for you, Amber.
I'm grateful for you too. I feel grateful to have a working relationship with someone, but also, someone who also has a spiritual relationship as well. So we can talk. There's a lot of things that we can talk about. I appreciate that.
Yes, I mean, I appreciate so much, like, since the beginning of our friendship, how we can hold space for each other so much, and we support each other in so many different ways. Like, you know, if I'm feeling like 60%, like, you're willing to carry that extra 40 for me. And sometimes, like, you need a right hand man who does that, and I love that for us. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining in on our conversation. This is going to be one of many
conversations. Getting used to just sitting here speaking in front of the camera.
Yes. Yes, and you know, one thing that we have really been focused on is African holistic health, because people don't talk about African holistic health and what that looks like. And the things that I have noticed throughout my studies and studying different spiritual practices and different cultural practices is that they're all very united and in the same. They say the same things: mind, body, spirit. Are you taking care of your mind, body, spirit? Are you taking care of your vessel with the way that you eat, with how you're working out? Are you taking care of your spirit? Are you, like, you know, actually healing your spirit on that level? And there's just so many different aspects to it, and mindfulness and mindful meditations and stuff like that. So we want to definitely invite you guys to join us on a series and diving deep into African holistic health as we dissect it and everything. So
yes, I'm very excited about this series. We have about 6 different parts to the series, you know, lectures, workshops, movement,
frequency. And you know, we always gotta have some herbal tea for y'all.
Yes.
So yes, thank you guys for joining in, and I can't wait for you guys to join us.
I'll see you next time.
All right, you guys, we're gonna get our bodies moving with just a little 10-minute yoga flow. So if you'd like to meet me on your mat in a child's position, let your toes touch your knees wide, and bring your arms extended out in front of you. Rest your forehead on your mat and begin to arrive. Take a few seconds to take deep inhales in through the nose, deep exhales out through the mouth. Connecting to your body through breath with each full breath in and full breath out. Take one more big inhale. And last big exhale inside out. On your next breath, slowly start to crawl your fingers over to the right hand side, keeping your chest low, your body down to the ground. Breathing through the side body. And exhale, release. Slowly start to crawl the fingers back to center. Big inhale in and bring the fingers over to the left hand side. And exhale back to center. Take a big breath in and slowly come up onto the knees and hands and coming into a tabletop position. I'm going to take a big breath in as you bring the chin up towards the sky, drop the belly down low, tailbone goes high for cow pose. On the exhale, round through the spine, tucking the chin into the chest and tucking the tailbone, cat pose. Inhale, cow, drop the belly down. Exhale, cat. Round through the spine. Inhale, cow. And big exhale, cat. Slowly start to shift your weight over to the left-hand side, all the way down, around to the right, shifting your weight forward, and the hips come back to the left, around. Go at the pace that feels good for you. And opposite side. Bring it up and around. And back to center. Take one deep inhale in. Peel the right hand across the chest up to the sky. Big breath. And on the exhale, thread that right arm through the left, bringing your ear to the mat. You could stay here, or with your left hand, you could lift it up and wrap it around your back and grab the inner right thigh. And exhale, come back into your tabletop. Right hand comes forward, left leg goes back. Take a deep inhale in, bring the elbow to the knee and crunch it in. Exhale, extend. Keeping the hips square to the mat, crunch it in. Exhale, extend. Drop the right hand down onto your mat, and that left leg is going to swing on the outer edge of your left hand. And push the hips forward, coming into a lizard's pose. Your chin's going to come up to the sky. Hips are forward. Take a few rounds of breath here. On your next exhale, I want you to slowly start to lift your chest up. Arms are going to come up overhead, framing the ears. Reach tall. And on the exhale, cactus the arms out to the side, opening the heart center. Exhale, release, and come back into your tabletop. Take a deep breath in here, finding a neutral spine. Left hand peels across the chest and up to the sky. Take a deep breath and thread the needle. That left hand is going to come in between the right arm, bringing our ear to the mat. You can stay here or take your bind. Right hand wraps around the back and grabs the inner left thigh. And exhale, release, coming back into your tabletop. This time, left arm extends forward, right leg goes back, keeping the hips square to the mat, engaging the core. Lift that leg just a little bit higher. Take a deep breath in, elbow to knee, crunch it in. Exhale, extend. Bring it in. And extend. Drop that left hand down onto the mat. Right leg is going to swing all the way to the front on the outer edge of the right hand. We're going to shift our hips forward. Chin comes up to the sky for lizard's pose. Take one more big breath. And on the exhale, we're going to shift our weight back to the center, slowly lifting our chest and arms up towards the sky. Big breath in, reach nice and tall. And on the exhale, sink into that low lunge, cactus the arms out to the side, opening the chest. Exhale, release the hands and come back into your tabletop. Slowly tuck the toes, take a deep breath in, send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale, slowly start to walk the feet in so that you come into a forward fold. Planting the feet, reaching from the four corners of the feet. Slight bend in the knees, tucking the tailbone. Slowly start to roll it up. Let the shoulders roll back, palms face forward. Tadasana. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up to the sky, Urdhvasana. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, both feet steps back into a high plank. Exhale, rotate the elbows inwards towards the rib cage and slowly bending the elbows, come all the way down onto the stomach. And on the next inhale, push the hands into your mat as your chest flows forward. Let the shoulders roll back, chin up, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, come back into our downward facing dog. Drop the knees down onto the mat and slowly make your way into a seated position. From here, our feet are planted onto the mat. Arms are going to reach out in front of us. We're going to slowly tilt the pelvis bone back and slowly start to roll our spine down all the way to the mat. Keeping your knees up and your soles planted on the mat. I want you to take a deep breath and let the knees fall to the side so we come into a reclined butterfly. Bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the stomach. Start to take intentional breaths here. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Connecting your mind, body, and breath. Bringing your awareness just to your breath. If it starts to wander, acknowledge it and then bring it back. You can stay here as long as you need. I want to thank you for sharing your practice with us. We are rooted in flow. My name is Brianna. This is Amber Nicole. And I'll see you guys next time.